G'day viewers, this is Troy from Troy's Digital Arts channel. Here is my next update on my Iconoscope TV camera project. I've done even more progress with it since my last video. I've cut myself a plastic back panel for the rear side of the camera enclosure because I wanted to mount switches and the sockets and everything onto a panel instead of trying to somehow mount it onto those metal fillets, which is not a good idea. So yeah, I've drilled holes, cut holes, and I've mounted the switches, the horizontal vertical sync inputs, the video output. I'm yet to somehow mount the adjustment pots that I've got to work out. Now you're wondering why I've got two switches there. Well, I figured before starting the camera up, it's probably a good idea to warm the camera tube up first. So the first switch in the right next to the sync inputs is to power up the heater transformer only. So I've got the 6.3 volts AC going to the tube to warm the tube up, and then once the tube is on, I switch on the next switch, which powers up all the rest of the transformers and hence the rest of the circuitry. I figured that would be the best way to do it. Plus, make it easier for me to initiate the tube. When I first initiate the tube by putting low power, low voltage to it for a couple of hours and a bit higher voltage to it, which will revitalise it. So I can simply plug that socket into the tube and away I go. Anyhow, this camera is powered up as I speak, and on display I've got two signals. Well, one's going to show the video, and one's going to show either the horizontal or vertical sync, depends what I put my probe onto. Anyway, I'm going to just put a probe onto the horizontal output. So up the top you've got the horizontal output, and below you've got the video signal without any video, just the sync tips and the ports. Now, and then I switch over to the vertical. I'll auto set it, and there you've got still got the video below at a different sync rate, and you've got the vertical sync, which is a sawtooth. Anyway, so yep, all the main signals are working. So we've got video working, and we've got our deflection signals working. So that's excellent. So that's all taken care of. The power supplies are all working. So pretty much everything's all working. So yeah, so therefore the next step to go is to heat up the tube, revitalise the tube. I'm waiting on the, as mentioned in the previous video, I'm waiting on the anode cap to connect onto the target output of the tube. That's going to be coming from China, so it'll probably take a couple of weeks, which will be connected to, which I'm going to connect to straight onto the input pin of the preamp. And as mentioned in the previous video, I connected the preamp further into the video circuit at the back there, so I'm not getting too much gain to the point of distortion. But still, yeah, when I put my finger right on there, when I put my finger slightly on there, I get a strong signal, and it's okay. But when I put my finger right on there, I get mega distortion to the point where the video waveform turns into a mess. So if I'm getting too much gain, I'm going to resort to using the preamp on the video board to amplify the Iconoscope's target output. So that's the plan. Anyway, this preamp's roughly set up at the moment. Very botchy setup, but it's only just for the testing purpose. And then yeah, once I get the tube set up and get the cap and connect it, it'll all be nice and neat. So yeah, I'm pretty much nearly there. Then I'll be, of course, I'll be I've got to put some I've got to put a front panel on there. I need to put another panel up here to cover the back of the Iconoscope tube. I've got a couple of tower case covers to cover over the main enclosure. Actually, yeah, I've got the fitting covering for this particular tower case enclosure, so I'm pretty well right there. Oh yeah, and as mentioned, yeah, I've got to put some new metal shielding around the tube, and yeah, I've got to decide whether or not to connect the anode ring to ground or not. But yeah, I'll discuss all this with my tech friend Richard Deal of labguysworld.com and see what he says about all that. Anyhow, stay tuned for the next video. This is Troy from Troy's Visual Arts channel, signing out.